Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to deal with biodiversity. It's a very important topic and follows in your ecology and environment unit. Okay. Before really getting started with the concept of biodiversity, let me tell you first of all what diversity means. Diversity simply means the different types, the varieties. Okay, and these varieties can exist in both the non-living world as well as in the living world. Okay. Say for example, in your kitchen you have different varieties of utensils. That means you are having a diversity of utensils. Okay, in your library you are having a variety of books. That means you are having a diversity of books. And same is the case with the biological world. When we talk about biodiversity, it means the different varieties of living organisms that exist within the biological world. First of all, let's move on to the history of the subject of biodiversity. The term biological diversity was first of all coined by Raymond F. Dasman in 1968 in his book A Different Kind of Country, in which he emphasized on the importance of conservation of biodiversity. Then W.G. Rosen in 1985 he shortened the biological diversity term to biodiversity, and it was E.O. Wilson in 1988 who for the first time used the term biodiversity in his publication. Okay, let's understand the concept of biodiversity. When you look around into your surroundings, you find different types of plants, and these plants they vary from small green grasses to large trees. Okay, and you can also see a variety of animals, and these animals they also vary from small insects to human beings and many other big animals. And you can also have in your surroundings a large variety of microorganisms in the soil, air, and water. But we cannot see these organisms with our naked eyes. We need the help of microscopes to see these microorganisms. These varieties of plants, animals, and microbes which are present in your surroundings, they form the biological diversity or biodiversity. Okay. Now let's move on to the more valuable and most accepted definition of biodiversity, which was given by Convention on Biological Diversity. Convention on Biological Diversity is actually an international organization which is concerned with the conservation of biodiversity. It also is concerned with the sustainable use of the components of biodiversity, and there are many other functions of Convention on Biological Diversity. Convention on Biological Diversity says that biodiversity is simply the variability among living organisms from all sources, from terrestrial environments, from marine environments, from other freshwater aquatic ecosystems, and the ecological complexes of which they are a part. And this definition includes the diversity within species, between species, and of the ecosystems. I will make you understand it this way. For example, human beings, it constitutes a species, okay? But we all human beings are not alike, we are not similar. That means there is diversity within species, okay? We vary in our color, we vary in our stature, we vary in our hair color, okay? That means within the human species, you have different types of humans. That is what within species diversity means. Then you have different species, okay? That means between species diversity and of the ecosystems. That means you have different types of ecosystems, okay? So diversity is the diversity within species, between species, and the diversity of ecosystems, because ultimately the number of species depends upon the number of ecosystems which are present on the surface of earth. If you have more number of ecosystems, you will be having more number of species. The conservation of biodiversity is so much important that the UN has declared 2011 to 2020, that means from year 2011 to 2020, as the decade of biodiversity. Okay. Now let's move on to how diversification took place. First of all, the age of earth. The age of Earth is estimated to be about 4.5 billion years ago. That means the Earth came into being about 4.5 billion years ago, and then life began on Earth about 3.5 billion years ago, and then diversification of life started. When life evolved on the surface of Earth, then after some time it started diversifying. That means different forms of life started forming. The estimated diversity is about 10 to 12 million species, but only 1.7 to 1.8 million species are known to science. It has been estimated that on the surface of Earth there are about 10 to 12 million species, but so far only 1.7 to 1.8 million species are known to us. That means they are properly identified and they are given a specific name. And the animals constitute 1.25 million species approximately, and the plants constitute about 0.50 million species approximately. Now we have talked about species. Now let's go into the details of species. What is a species? Because the species is the basic unit of classification, we have to learn about the concept of species. Since species is the basic unit of classification, okay, we will learn about the species concept. The term species was coined by John Ray, and there are different concepts of species. There are different ways of defining species, but the most widely accepted definitions include the morphological species concept, which says the species is regarded as an assemblage of individuals with morphological features in common and separable from other such assemblages. That means a group of species which are morphologically similar, and this group of a group of individuals which are morphologically similar, okay, and this group can be easily separated from other groups on the basis of their morphology. This is morphological species concept. Then one more species concept is, which is biological species concept. It is the most accepted species concept, which was given by Ernest Mayr. The species is defined as a group of individuals that can interbreed and produce the fertile offsprings. Only those individuals can be regarded to be in the same species which can interbreed, and after interbreeding they can produce the fertile offsprings. Okay, a group of individuals which can freely interbreed, and after interbreeding they produce offsprings, and these offsprings too are fertile. This constitutes the species. Now let us look at the figures. The number of species in different groups of organisms. First of all, viruses, you are having 4,000 species, then bacteria 4,000 species approximately, okay, and then protozoa you are having 40,000 species, algae around about 40,000 species, fungi 72,000 species, and so on and so forth, okay. And this is all for today, and in the next class inshallah we will be dealing with the levels of biodiversity. Till then, God bless you and thank you all.